Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Demi, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, then thank you for tuning in again. So today is going to be a story time of my experience working in retail. Now, and also I'm gonna be doing a little makeup look or whatever. But yes, hit that subscribe button, like and comment down below. Don't forget and join the family. Yes, there is new scenery. We did move. Like I said in my previous video of baby essentials, that we were planning on moving, but yeah, we did move. And if you guys want to see like a room tour or house tour or whatever, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be glad to do that for you. So let's get into the story time. By the way, I already did my eyebrows off camera, so I just used the Anastasia Dip Brow. This is in the shade soft brown. And then I use Juvia's Place. What is this? This is in the shade 13. I forgot what it was called. But I use this to clean up my brows. Yes. Okay, so let's get on with this story time. So I think I started working there around, oh, let me tell you the backstory. Okay, when I was 16, my first job was at Burger King, and right across the street was like the outdoor outlets or whatever. I guess you can call it a mall or whatever, but it wasn't really a mall. It was just like outdoor stores. Like it was a movie theater. They had a lot of restaurants over there, and it was like stores like PacSun, Justice. They had a Claire's, like I don't know, it was just like Famous Footwear. They had Bed Bath & Beyond, Victoria's Secret. It was just like stores like that, not too big, so I wouldn't really necessarily call it a mall. It was just like an outdoor shopping strip or whatever. So I just wanted to apply to I just wanted to get more experience because I wanted to kind of venture out of the fast food, because at the time I was 16, and then when I started working there I was 16. And then by this time that I wanted to start looking for other jobs, I was 17. And I was like almost 18, I think. I think it was October. And then I was gonna be 18 that following February. So that was only like a few months difference or whatever. But I was looking for jobs, like just to get my experience up and like different things like to put on my resume or whatever. So I started applying to all these jobs over there. Like I applied at the Victoria's Secret. I applied at the movie theaters over there, just like anything over there really, the Bed Bath & Beyond. So okay, so I remember I went over there, I got an application back, like I got a call back, and they told me to come in for an interview. Okay, so I came in for an interview or whatever. This lady, the manager that interviewed me, she was so nice. Like I felt like she was gonna hire me on the spot, because the way she was talking made it seem like she really needed somebody like right then. So she was asking me about my hours, you know, basic interview questions, like have I ever worked in retail before? I was like, no, like what the heck. And I brought a resume there, so I know she saw that. But I was telling her that I was looking to expand my resume or whatever, and to get experience with jobs and stuff like that. And this job was going to be paying more than my other job at the time. Now at that time I didn't quit my other job yet. Like I was looking for other jobs. I didn't just want to quit out of nowhere. But she was making it seem like she was gonna hire me right then. And then at the end, literally the last question she asked me, she was like, how old are you again? And I was like, really? Like at that time, at that point I already knew that I wasn't gonna be hired no more, because like why would you ask me that? But anyways, I told her, I was like, I'm 17, and she was like, when will you be 18? And then I was like, I'll be 18 next year. And then it was like October. Okay, it was like October 2017, and my birthday was in February. So what is that, like 3 months or whatever? I don't even know, but it was like, that's only a short period of time. So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they don't hire minors. But it's like, okay, that's weird. Retail, like they usually hire like at 16. So it was like, Okay, red flag number one. That was literally my first encounter with that job. Then after that, she was like, oh, we were looking for somebody that was older, or like or basically a legal adult, or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, okay. I took it as whatever. I still kept my other job. Then, mind you, okay, a whole year later, when I'm 18, I quit Burger King in like in April that next year. So I was already 18 for like 2 months by then. And I already had like 2 years of work experience in customer service in general from working with fast food. I've been there since I was 16. So I already had like 2 years under my belt of customer experience. So then she asked me, oops, this stuff just fell. So then that next year that I turned 18, I applied again. And I got another interview. And this time around though, I kept calling because I was really wanting to get out of fast food. Like, it was so stressful, and I was like, I know every job you go to is gonna be like stressful situations, but fast food is like a whole nother level of stress, for real. And I was just starting like college and everything. Like, well, I wasn't just starting college, I already was like in a dual enrollment program at my school, but it was getting more like serious because I already had my associates. So I was like already kind of doing my bachelor's degree. So I was like, I need a more job that's paying more to help my mom. And I know I wasn't really looking forward to like the hours, so I knew the hours were gonna be crappy anyway, but I was still looking for something that paid more at least. So fast forward, we go to that day. I kept calling him. Eventually they called me back and was like, oh yeah, we want to schedule an interview, come in or whatever this day. So I came in, I did the interview. This time the interview went great again. They hired me on the spot. So the training or whatever, I had to do like I had to watch all these videos on like customers and stuff like that. I had to watch like all these videos, and these videos were long. They were like 30 minutes. Each video was like 30 minutes. Freaking 10-minute videos, 15 minutes, and then the last video was like 3 hours long. So I just went ahead and started the videos like that day, because it was this lady, she was like over I think she was like one of the people in HR. So, and her name was Marilyn. And yes, I don't care, I'm using the people real names in this because I just don't care. And it's been like almost 3 years since I've been working there, so it don't even matter no more. But anyways, her name was Marilyn. She was like literally one of the only ones that was like kind of like normal at that job. And then we'll get more into that. I'll go more into detail about what I mean by normal. So she was like one of the normal people. She was in HR. She the one that did like payroll and all that other stuff. Well, she helped out with payroll and this other lady, and she like helped do orientation for all the new people and put them in the system and stuff. So she put me in the system that day, and I did I watched all those videos, and then I was getting tired, and she was like, oh yeah, you can come back tomorrow and finish the next one. And mind you, I did get paid for those training, like to watch all those videos. So that last video was like a 3-hour video on how to freaking use the cash register. Now, mind you, the position I got hired for was not a sales associate, so I don't understand why I needed to be trained on cashier. I understand that like during holidays or whatever, they was gonna be short staffed and they probably needed me to like fill in on the register, but my sales did not count, so there was no point of me being on the register. And I only used the register like once or twice that during the whole duration of the time I worked there. So literally it was a 3-hour video on how to use the cash register, and I was like, whatever. So I finished that video. Then that was when they gave me my schedule. Now when I started off, it was like me and this other lady, and then everybody else was already on the team. Now my position that I got hired for was OTA, which is like operations team associate. Is the people that like unload the truck, put sensors on everything, setting sales, which is like changing all the signs in the store. Like, and each person on the OTA team was over a different area of the store. So my area was women's petite, kids, toddlers, toddler boys and toddler girls, and babies and like infants. So that was my section. So that was basically like 3 different sections in one, really. So I was in charge of all that. I was literally in charge of all that stuff. And our schedule was like 6 to 10 or 6 to 12, I think. So our schedule was like 6 to 12 or 6 to 10. Now the store used to open at 10, so we had like 4 hours to get all that stuff done, which like seems like a lot, but when you're like setting sales to like a huge area of the store, like there's like so many freaking signs. Like there was like so many freaking signs, and then I had to like use my cart to find all those signs to each one. I had to scan, like literally I had to scan every single item on each rack sometimes just to figure out where everything went, because I didn't want people to get stuff for the wrong price, you know. So you had to make sure it was correct. So sometimes you had to scan like literally every single shirt on each rack just to make sure everything was like the same percentage off or the same price. So that was annoying about setting sales. And we usually set sales every Sunday, I think, every Sunday. And then that Monday, or no, it was like every Friday, and then that weekend was like the sale, and then we would change it that Monday or whatever. So that was my position. And then we did markdowns, and also like recovery, which is like putting stuff back whenever the sales associate didn't have time to do it. Then we would put stuff back, or like fold tables and stuff like that. So moving on, like I said, when I started out, it was me and this other lady. She was nice or whatever, and she would always like buy me lunch. Like I felt like she was like one of my like my second mother or something. But she would always buy me lunch every day, and we had hour lunch. So whenever you worked a 6-hour shift, then you got an hour lunch and a 15-minute paid break. So I'll be looking forward to those lunches, because it really does help when you have a lunch when you like working in a stressful situation. So when we first started working out, they put both of us in the same section, because I guess they didn't have a section for us at the time. So they put both of us in teen young girls or whatever. So we worked over there for a while. I like working over there because I always used to find cute stuff, and it was by the MAC counter. And I'll always talk to the MAC girls and ask them when they were having a sale and stuff like that. So that's why I like working on that section. Then when they finally had a section for us available, they moved her to they moved her like 2 times, I think, actually. So like they moved her plus size area for women. They moved her to plus size area for women, and then they moved me. That was when they moved me to the kids area, and the petite women and toddlers and infants and or whatever. That was when they moved me over there. So we were separated. And then like red flag number 1, everybody was so freaking weird. Like everybody was just so weird. Like I don't understand. Like all the managers were weird. They will be like, oh, you need to do this, or you need every time it would be like, every time we would be given a task to do, then they would get mad that we was doing that task and be like, oh, why didn't you finish the signs? And I'll be like, but you just told me to do this other thing, so which one is more important? What do you want me to do? And then they'll be like, well, you need to be setting the signs, because we don't want customers getting like 70% off if it's not 70% off. And I was like, I understand that, but you need to tell me what's more important. Like, do I need to stop to do this, or which one I need to do? Like, don't just sit there and get mad at me if you didn't tell me that, then how am I supposed to know, you know? So then, mind you, this is when I think I told my friend to apply there, because they said that they were hiring, and they asked me if I knew anybody that was looking for a job. And at the time, my friend, like, she didn't like working at the job that she was at, so I told her to apply. And it was around like it was like almost the holiday time, so I guess it was like October or something like that. Mind you, I started in July, so my friend came in October, My friend, she came in October, and what the heck? And what was so weird is that they put her in the section like right across from mine, which was like jewelry, handbags, and stuff like that. So they put her in this section like right in front of me. So they encouraged, it was like, oh yeah, it's good, we want to encourage people that know each other to work together, because it creates like a much more smooth environment if you know people. But at the same time, every time they would see us talking, which like we was usually talking about school literally, or like we was talking about stuff that was funny happened to us or whatever, but every time they came around, they would be like, what are you doing, what are you doing? And we'd be like, we're setting the sale, we're putting the signs up. And then like, but they would say it as in like, why are y'all talking? And my friend, like usually when she would get done with her section, she would come over and help me, because her section was like small. So like it was just like accessories, like jewelry and handbags and stuff like that. So it wasn't even like, her section was so small that she used to get done early. So she would come over and help me, because like I literally had like 3 different sections in one. So she would come over and help me, and then they would be like, oh, every time they see us together, they'd be like, you need to go back over there. Or like, they'll tell her like, you need to go back over in your section. Are you done with your section? Are you done with your section? And then she'd be like, yeah. And then they would be like, oh, come over here. This other girl, she needs help. And they'd be like, oh, she needs help in shoes. You need to go help her. And I would just be like, you know good and well she don't need no help in shoes. Shoes is like as small as the accessories department. Like, what the freak? But they used to do it on purpose, so to separate us. But then yeah, they talking about, oh, it's good for people that know each other to work together, so you can get comfortable. And then what would get on my nerves is that each department had its own manager, right? So I was in kids. My manager was cool for the most part. I didn't have no problems with her. But this lady that worked in the home department, the manager over the home section that sold like pots and sheets and stuff, she was a freaking asshole. Like, she would literally come to my section and be like, why is this like this? And why is this like this? And I'm like, lady, you're not even over my section. Like, my manager just told me it was fine. So why are you over here? Like, she got on my nerves. Like, really? Yeah, but she wasn't even like, she literally wasn't even in over my section. And she always used to bring her stupid self over there and try to talk. And me and my friend would just be like, really? Like, you have anything else better to do? So then Thanksgiving comes. My mom already had something planned for Thanksgiving. We were supposed to go to Miami or whatever for like a week. But we've been had this plan like before I even started working there. But you know, at retail you have to like request time off or whatever. So I put it in, I think I put it in the system to get off. It was like 4 days or something like that. But I was coming back Thanksgiving Day. So it was like 4 days before Thanksgiving, but I was coming back that day. So I told them, I said, can I get these 4 days off? And then I can just come in for like the night shift Thanksgiving and like work Black Friday. Like, I don't mind. And then they was like, they was making it like such a freaking big deal. And I was like, I already put it in the system. Like, it's either you gonna give it to me or you're not. Like, where the heck are you arguing with me about it? So they did a whole freaking runaround trying to get me to work Thanksgiving Day. And I'm like, I am working Thanksgiving Day. I just told you I was coming back Thanksgiving Day. Just have me work that night and then work through Black Friday, which y'all gonna be open all night anyway. What the freak? Like, I don't understand why they made it so like difficult. I don't know, whatever. But I just don't understand why they made it like so difficult. Like, what the freak? And then by that time, I already had been there for like a while. So I don't know why they was acting like I couldn't have those days off. Like, what the freak? At the same time too, I was like, well, I'm going anyway. And if y'all don't give me those days off, then I'm still going regardless. Because I already had this plan, literally. I did not care at that point. But the manager, he was like so freaking condescending. The store manager, he was a man. His name was Greg. He was like so freaking condescending of like all the OTAs, and it was just so annoying. Like I hated him. He would be like so freaking passive aggressive, like how he talked to you. Like he'd be like, "You're doing a great job," and then next week say something like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Like I thought I was doing a great job, so now all of a sudden everything is a problem now. Like he literally made it seem like everything we did was a problem. And I tell you, this man got on my nerves. He got on my nerves. So literally, what I noticed too was that they was changing my schedule like a lot. Like usually the OTAs, we all had the same schedule. Like we would all work in the morning 6 to 10 and get off. I realized that after I came back from that little vacation that they was changing my schedule. Like I would work a whole different opposite shift of everybody else. Like everybody will be leaving. I'll be coming in at like, I'll be working like 2 to 11, like 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. or like 8 to 4 or something like that. And then everybody else will have like 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Or like they'll be getting up early. And I'm like, I know what y'all trying to do, but I just hated that they was acting shady about it. Like, if y'all mad that I took that little vacation, then you should have just told me, not like sit there and be like changing my whole freaking schedule around to get me separated from everybody. And I think they was doing that too because they didn't want me and my friend talking to each other, which I didn't really care. Like I was still talking to her outside of work. She's still my friend, but I think it was just being petty about it. And after that whole Black Friday thing, it was Christmas time, and that was when it started really getting really demanding because, you know, like they want to make their sales goals or whatever, which in my opinion, I didn't really care about any of that stuff because I was just a person. Like I wasn't even a sales associate. Like I said, I was just a person like behind the scenes, putting the clothes out on the rack and stuff like that. So like it wasn't even my concern really. Like most of the time it was never my concern to even make sales or whatever. Like, and it was like, oh, try to get it doesn't matter if you're OTA, try to get people to sign up for the credit card. And I was like, nobody want that stupid credit card. Like really, I used to really get on my nerves with that stupid credit card because they kept talking about it every minute. And I was like, if I'm freaking on the floor the whole time, how am I supposed to be getting people to get the credit card? That don't even make sense. So then that was when they started being shady and they started cutting hours a lot because they hired like so many freaking people. Like everybody was there, everybody was scheduled at the same time. It was like literally some days I would come in, I would have nothing to do because I would literally tear down the whole rack of like jeans or whatever, and then I would fold it again because like there was times where I had nothing to do, like literally, because they had like everybody scheduled at the same time. And they hired like all the temporary people too for like the holidays. So it was like literally so many people on the clock at once. I don't know. I should just be doing anything because there's literally nothing to do. Ooh, I messed this eye up, but we'll fix it. Oh, you can't really tell. But yes, everybody was so freaking weird too. Like all the managers, I would try to talk to them, and all the sales associates, I would try to talk to them, and they'll be like standing there like a robot. I'll be like, are y'all even human? Because these people was acting so freaking retarded. Like I don't know what was wrong with them. Oops, got a little eyeliner right there. Let me wipe that off. But then they started cutting hours. Like after the holidays like slowed down, it was like New Year's or whatever, they started cutting freaking hours. Like I I remember some OTAs or whatever, some people that have been there for like a while, they was getting like freaking 40 hours. And then me and my friend, we was only scheduled for like 4 hours a week, like really. And then I remember around that time like the hurricane happened too. So like it was like oh no, I'm getting mixed up. The hurricane happened but a year before, the like in September. But anyways, we was getting like freaking short hours, literally like 8-hour shifts. And then I was getting tired of it. I was like, are you serious? Like, I got freaking bills to pay. Like, I can't be coming home with like $100 checks every 2 weeks. Like, are you serious? Like, people got actual bills and they were cutting people hours. But I felt like they was doing it on purpose because some other people was getting a lot of hours. And it's like, oh, it's because they've been here or whatever. And I was like, I don't care. I've been here. Okay, by that time, I was there for like 6 months already. I was literally working there for 6 months. And they was still talking about that same excuse, talking about people that been here. Okay, it doesn't matter. You still need somebody in my section. Who are you gonna have to work? Because I know y'all not gonna do it. I know the manager's not gonna do it, so that didn't make no sense. So as soon as, at the same time, I was moving out of my house, and my sister just got an apartment, like literally, and she was like, oh, you can live with me. And I was like, yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So when I moved in with her, I was applying to jobs. I remember I was in the bathroom at Belk at the retail store, and then they called me. Another job called me and was like, oh, would you like to come in for an interview? I said, yep. I went to that interview I think that next day or that same day, and I got hired right on the spot. And I did not ever went back to that Belk ever again. Okay, so I just put my concealer on. So my manager was like, I didn't know if you was supposed to work today or not, but you was scheduled. I politely deleted her number. Yep. I was like, I'm not freaking coming back, like really. And then like I think I got like my next job, they literally gave me like 40 hours, I think. So I was like, definitely not coming back. And it was right across the street from my sister's apartment. Like I could literally walk there. That's how close it was. So it was perfect timing. But I was glad to get out of there. Like, they were so condescending and weird. Yeah, I just used the Juvia's Place camera shade stick to contour my face. Probably should use a contour brush because that blender is taking forever. My boyfriend just called me. He on break at work. He worked night shift. My nose looks so big, y'all. That's because I don't know, it got like this when I got my last month. I got like 29 days left until I have my baby girl. See her crib back there? Yeah, we put it together the other day. Or like 2 weeks ago, not the other day, but like 2 weeks ago. Then I'm going to, I don't know, my face look like that. And the story was like all over the place, but like I should have wrote everything down. But I thought that my memory was better than this, but I guess not. I did my braids myself because I haven't had time to go get booked anywhere. Everybody's booked in my area, literally. So I haven't had no time. And the beauty supply store where I live was not open. So I was literally out of luck. But I wanted to have something done to my hair before my baby girl was born, because I didn't want to be looking ratchet. Plus, in case I wanted to film, I didn't want to look stupid on camera. But probably should have did this before I put the setting spray, but my face is so oily, like I be needing that extra powder. But I can always go back over it. Taking this color right here. It is the finished look. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.